So guess what, guys? I went to my phone and checked for some good games at the store. And I was like, what game should I try to play next? But then I saw it. Pokemon Go! I was like, oh my goodness, why did I forget about this big game? So I downloaded the game, and what happens next is the most unsurprising thing that you will hear from me in this video. The game crashed. Well, ain't that so obvious? So I uninstalled the game. Wait, did I just felt some kind of hatred touch my arm? Oh wait, I must have started a fire on the video's comment section. Well, ain't it all unsurprising? Oh, I also see that guy who once likes in his comment getting hatred too. Oh, and what is this? Every fourth like gets murdered? Well, isn't this just YouTube's way of saying we don't care about this video's existence? But don't worry, I don't give a crap about that because every YouTuber ever are all positive and all that stuff. And I am also positive. Place montage of myself getting negative vibes. Remember, we also feel, and we also are very stereotypical. So Pokemon Go. It's a broken game, and people give it mixed reviews. It's good, it's bad, it's good, it's bad. Holy crap, guys. What is this? It's like you're trying to decide on whether or not you should divorce your own wife that you don't like in your entire life, but you couldn't because she can make it rain on your face. But hey, if I'm going to pick a side on whether or not this game is good or bad, I think it is bad. And I might be all thinking.
Whoa! Place a roast here that's pretty much meaningless because I'm going to explain why otherwise.
So yeah, the game is good to some people, but let me explain about its main reason why it's bad. The bugs. So yeah, the bugs can be forgivable to some people, but here's why I don't think it's forgivable, alright? Let's start with these two reasons why this broken game is forgivable. These two reasons are, number one, the game is still new, and number two, the game has too many people. Let's analyze.
But Vanilla, the game is still new.
Okay, so how does that add to the conclusion? To further explain myself, let's look at how other games deal with bugs, okay? Let's start with Superfighters Deluxe. Now, even if I made a review of the bad stuff in that game, the developers still fully explained that it isn't fully done yet. It was not in its official version. That is great for Mythologic Interactive because they at least say to the audience that it isn't full yet. Let's point out on another game. Think of Minecraft Pocket Edition. As much as I like this channel to have no involvement with this game, I can see that it improves every time. But when Mojang wants to fix a bug, guess what they do? They give people a beta test. That's Mojang's way of saying the game is still incomplete and that we should stop questioning why MCP is taking a long time to update at some points. So what does this have to do with Pokemon Go? If you say that it has nothing to do with the subject, then you're wrong. Go sit in the corner and think of your decisions, man. What I'm trying to point out here is that Niantic is not claiming that the game is incomplete. So they actually expect this game to be the actual full game. What? If this actually is the full game, then Niantic made one of the worst mistakes ever. To release a full, I repeat, full game that you can barely even play. I have talked about bad controls being the worst thing that comes to games in my boat parking video. But scratch that, alright? If you can't play a game, then it isn't a game to begin with. But hey, what if it isn't the full version? Well, still crap, alright. To further explain myself, let's use our common sense, alright? If Niantic released this to the public and say that it's still incomplete, then we can conclude that it is a beta test, alright? So in a beta test, think of it as the creators giving you their answers to a quiz, and we are the ones to see if there was mistakes, alright? But here's the thing. They didn't pass the exam at all. Now think of the test, the game. You answered the test, but you failed to even give us a decent test to begin with. What the heck, Niantic? Now, I know that it's beta, but to give us a beta that we can barely grade, if this was beta, then this would have been the worst beta ever. The title shouldn't even exist for a game, since a beta game is incomplete. But you did it, Niantic. Congratulations on pushing the limits for beta games. Fudge you.
But Vanilla, so many people are playing it.
Now, as an unavoidable reason for Niantic to conquer, I think that they could have prevented this from happening. Now, let's analyze some stuff in Pokemon Go. A trailer for the game was released in September of last year at the official Pokemon channel, and the actual game was released in July of 2016. That gave Niantic 10 plus months to complete the game. Niantic should have fixed this problem when there was still time. And if you're saying that it could have been impossible to do in 10 months, they should have at least get their big boy pants, say that the game's incomplete, and released it at a later time. But they didn't. Not only is the game incomplete in my reviewing standards, but it's really disappointing to fans that trust the creators. Would I say that it is the worst game of all time? No. You know why? Because it isn't a game to begin with if you can't play it. So go uninstall it because it's a complete waste of time and go play some Sonic Dash. A Sonic game that's actually good. Yeah, don't you know that Sonic is pretty great in the Android world while Pokemon isn't? There's some Inception stuff right there.
Level 1. Rhythm. Level 1. Rhythm.